what a fantastic season you had. I'll take the liberty of asking you first. It must have been quite an honor to have Mike Bossy's wife and daughter present the award to you.
Yeah, that was very cool. Obviously Mike's a very special player, and unfortunate the way he passed away this past year, and to be able to receive that award from those two, it was pretty cool.
All right, let's get right to the questions, and we'll start with Kelly Moore of CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thanks very much, John. Congratulations, Kyle. Just when you look back at the last 3 years in particular, you go from 34 to 12 to just 4 penalty minutes. Is that just like smarter, faster, stronger, quicker, that sort of thing? Or was it style of play that led to that as well?
Yeah. I'd be curious what the penalties were when I had 34 that year, whether it's just a run of bad circumstances or what. But it's just kind of how I've always played my game. Use my foot speed and my stick to check more so than my body. Love picking pucks and getting takeaways. So I think I use that more so.
Thanks a lot, Kelly. Let's go to Scott Billeck. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, thanks, John, and congrats, Connor. Just a question: how difficult is it? You talked about using your speed and your stick. Oftentimes, sticks can be used for let's say nefarious purposes, or sometimes they just get caught up in skates and stuff like that. I guess my question is, how difficult is it to kind of stay out of the penalty box as you did? Only 2 minors this year. How difficult was that? And just overall, how do you feel about winning the award?
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely an honor. Very special. Like you said about using my stick, I think it's being smart with your feet and getting in the right positioning to be able to check with your stick. It's not something that going out there and looking. I just play my game. So in an aspect, is it hard to not take penalties? I don't think about it at all when I'm on the ice. So just kind of how I've always played the game and always will.
Thanks, Scott. Next question comes from Nick Cotsonika of NHL.com. Go ahead, Nick.
Kyle, congratulations. I look at this award as more than just, a penalty minute ratio. I mean, a lot of it is high standard of playing ability, and you've been one of the top goal scorers in the league for a while now. Just why do you think you took a step this year? And, the gentlemanly conduct part, I mean, you've been a quiet superstar. Do you take that as a compliment?
Yeah, appreciate it. Like you said, this award, when I view it, one of my favorite players growing up, Detroit kid watching the Red Wings every single night is Pavel Datsyuk, and he had a run winning 06, 07, 08, 09, 4 in a row, Lady Byng trophies. For me, I tried to replicate and do everything that he did. I'd watch a ton of YouTube videos. He was so creative, and I just loved that and try to play as much like Pavel Datsyuk as I could. And to see it come full circle and to get my name on the same trophy as him, it's pretty special.
Thanks, Nick. I know Nick's smiling because you mentioned Pavel Datsyuk. Let's go to Murat Ates next, please. Murat, go ahead.
Thank you for that. I love those comments on Pavel Datsyuk. Kyle, congratulations. And my question is similar. I mean, beyond the penalty minutes, you're sort of developing this reputation as, a nice guy among NHL folks. And what does it mean to be recognized for sort of that portion of your of who you are?
Sure. It's like I said, again, it's such a great honor to win this award, and to be recognized. There's so many good, talented players out there in the league, and it's pretty cool. So I'm sure I'll look back at this one and be smiling at it.
Got to unmute myself. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's go to Tracey Myers of NHL.com. Go ahead, Tracey.
Kyle, thank you for doing this. And yes, congratulations for me also. Just coming off the year that you have, what are some of the goals? Do you set goals for yourself next season?
Not really. I go about each day kind of the way I view it. If you set goals, it's, I focus too much on the long-term picture, and I like to stay in the moment and focus on what I can do each day to get better and be a better hockey player. That's kind of how I approach it. And, from a team standpoint, I know we got a lot better in that locker room. So we'll be looking forward for me to improve in all areas as well as the team.
Thanks, Tracey. Got time for a few more. Let's go to Mitchell Clinton. Go ahead, Mitchell.
Thanks, John, and congratulations, Kyle. One thing that you kind of said throughout the years, kind of building on Tracey's question as well. You said throughout the years the goals were piling up. You put the work in the off season, and then you as a person kind of start to expect this kind of out of yourself. So I'm curious, sitting here now, you mentioned how much of an honor it is to have this trophy, the Pavel Datsyuk connection as well. How do you, I guess, kind of continue to build on that mindset, and where did it come from?
I think just a competitive nature growing up, with a couple of brothers and just playing a ton of sports and just loving to win and be the best I can and compete against, whether it's teammates in practice or, the opponent on the ice. I think that's what drives me to try to be the best I can.
Thanks, Mitchell. Let's go to Mike McIntyre from the Free Press. Go ahead, Mike.
Thanks very much, John, and congrats, Kyle. We know there's friendly rivalries in the Jets room. All the Michigan guys, the Minnesota guys, and what have you. You joined Connor Hellebuck now as the only Jets 2.0 member to win a piece of hardware. Both you guys happen to be from Michigan, so I guess my question is there something in the water in Michigan? And will you and Connor maybe now have a little friendly back and forth since you've each got an award in your name?
Who knows? You have to come out and try it yourself. We'll see what happens. No, it's we've always had a good friendly banter and competition. I mean, we skate with each other in the summer, and every single shot I think I'm going to score on him, and he thinks he's going to save every shot. So it makes for some fun, competitive skates, and I think that's why we continue to get better as a group. And both of us individually.
All right, got time for a couple more. Let's take Amalie Benjamin from NHL.com. Go ahead, Amalie.
Congratulations. I just was wondering, you talked about trying to emulate to be like Pavel Datsyuk in a lot of ways. And was there a point in which in your career in which you realized that was not only something that you wanted to do, but that was realistic for you in your game?
I think I've always been that type of player, even through minor hockey. Watching him, and maybe it's a function of just trying to be like him and watching all of his videos on YouTube and highlight reels that I've developed those skills. So I think it's a combination of both, and the type of player I am, just body structure, natural ability, rely on my feet a lot, and my hand-eye coordination, speed, and hands for a lot of plays on the ice.
Thanks, Amalie. And the last question, honors go to Scott Billeck. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, thanks again, John and Kyle. Just I hear you got a signed Datsyuk stick, I believe, in 2018. Can you just kind of share a little bit of the story behind that?
Yeah. So I actually played against him in the World Championships over there in Russia. And I mean, just classic Datsyuk. I think he picked like 3 or 4 guys on our team on USA and ended up burying one right after. So that was pretty cool. That's the only time I ever played against him. Dream come true for sure. But yeah, when Todd Woodcroft, he was our video coach, assistant coach for the Jets there, and worked with them and got me a stick. And yeah, it was pretty special. Signed it and, got that at the house. So that was pretty cool.
Thanks, Scott. Well, Kyle, congratulations on adding your name to a list that has some of the greatest players in the history of the NHL on it, and on a fantastic season. And thanks for taking the time tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.